was a good run. That's a 209, 6798, 67654. Melda, Bone, Library, Documented, and then we're into the next one. Do you think it looks better? I think it looks better as well. I think you're right. Reroll these. Those are all bad. Reroll this. Those are all bad. I will start over. So let's jump into a new library run here. Let's reroll again. Reroll again. These are bad. I'm gonna restart. I've been trying to you only start with Bible. That makes sense. I think Duplicator or Clover are the two that I want to start with aside from Bible. But I've been trying to start all my runs by saying this is like a library run because I want to put on YouTube and I want a decent intro that sounds okay. But let's do another Imelda library run here. Bad, bad, bad. So I'm just resetting for either Bible, Clover, or Duplicator. There's Bible. I'll just keep going now. How did that hit me? Half HP instantly. Oh, these are bad. I'll re-roll this. Take candle. So every day at 7 a.m., my neighbor lets out their dog. And every day at 7 a.m., my dog gets up on the couch and starts barking at him. So, times when I don't stream in the morning, I'm waking up at 7 a.m. to my dog barking on the couch. Which is fine, but also don't be barking on the couch, So here I'm really torn between Clover and Crown. I really want to take Clover earlier because I just want to get luckier earlier. No, I muted to say get off there. And then I whistled. No, I've been trying not to cuss. Because if there are any young ones that do end up watching any of my videos, I want to make sure that I'm not being a bad influence. Go with King Bible more. My girlfriend's awake. Let me text her. She agreed. She thinks I do look like Scott McCall a little bit. She said, well, they're not wrong. You do a little bit. That's how her voice sounds. Crown. How about some chicken? How about that? Cool. There's a rosary. I don't like the area we're starting in, but, that's fine. So now I'm going to chill here until... go with wand. I'm going to chill here until I get passives and then push over, because I want to continue spawning rosaries over here. Think I might get pissed? No, why would I get pissed? I've been told in my life that I look like a lot of different people a lot of different times. I think I have a very familiar face. Then I'll go with wand here, just get more damage out because I don't want to die. I'm really low HP already, but what's a Bible Evolved run without being super low HP the whole time? I'll just take the magnet. I didn't want it to take it. Ebony Wings. The main character, Goodfellas. Oh, interesting. I haven't gotten that one before. Goodfellas is an amazing movie. That's one of my favorite movies. Guy from H2A3 podcast. Who are you talking about? Hassan? There's another rosary down there. That's a fantastic start. 2 minutes, 2 rosaries. There's no way you're talking about Hassan. Dude with the dyed hair. I'm not sure who's on the H3H podcast. I'd have to look it up. 2 chickens. Lightning ring. He's faster on that regard. Okay. Magic wand. Man, I wish I knew about that rosary. You're right. I'm still thinking about it. Stop. I gotta stop. I'm thinking about this run now. Thinking about how I'm taking Spellbinder here. How I want there to be chicken there. And then it does. Manifesting it. Manifesting the chicken. Manifesting that chicken into my stomach. Magic wand. Now I'm manifesting a duplicator to drop. A curse to drop. Give me the items I need. Italian. I'm a little bit Italian. I'm mostly Polish and French. Actually, primarily Polish, actually. My grandfather was heavily Polska. Oh, there's 3 rosaries all next to each other. Holy crap. What? Axe. No, I'll get a magnet. I'm not worried about getting a magnet. Don't worry about that. This is where I speak 3 languages? Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely speak 3 languages. I definitely don't only speak English and then French really poorly. There's duplicator. So now I'm gonna start pushing over to the book. Hopefully there's a book there. You stop trying to sabotage me. That's not gonna happen. This is gonna be a good run. If I record this run, I'll gift a couple subs. Bible. Who am I gifting subs to? There's nobody else in here. Maybe I won't give subs. Everybody who's in here is already subbed. Still 15 euro. I gotta re-roll that. I'll take crown. It's too bad. That's too bad. Well, you got a sub already, so no problem. Duplicator is fine. Man, will I ever get a triple early on? Or even a penta? I haven't seen a penta in so long. Candle. Once you get Rosie, you can't play in other areas. Can might drop. That's what yeah, I know. That's sort of the price you pay. Alright, so there's a book. So I'm not crazy unlucky this run. This is going to be a good run. I just need to get Curse now. I'll go Clover here. Clover to increase the chance that I got offered Curse. Hypothetically, at least. But getting a magnet here would be really nice because that would level me really quickly. If I get a rosary here, I'm not super sad because I have 3 over there, and that's my main starting point, so no big deal. Yeah, really lucky run so far. I'm torn between all 3 of these, but I think I'll just take Crown. Get the XP going because Bible's handling itself pretty well, and I also don't have Curse yet, so I'm not super concerned about all the enemies pushing in right now. Although once 7 minute comes, the sword guys are going to be, the headless swordmen are going to be pretty tough. Maybe I can push. There's a rosary. I gotta skip these. That's too bad. I'm just gonna use it now because I don't care. Ask me if I care. King Bible or Clover? I think I'll go with King Bible. Just need more damage. Use him because of rogue respawn. Yeah, that makes sense. Don't leave chicken. Well, I'm not staying in this part, so I'm not worried about stuff spawning on top of other stuff. I gotta eventually push back to where my other rosaries are. I'm in a different part of the library now. I have to push back like 3 or so. I think 3 hallway lengths to get to my other rosary spot where the 3 are on the ground. So right now I feel like I'm wasting time because I'm not spawning rosaries in the next to the others, but I do need to get curse. Bible. Skull. I need to get skull, which is curse. You don't leave chicken around? I leave chicken just in case. Just in case I get really scared. I don't want a scenario where I just die to not having HP. Just finished crown. Axe. What's in here? So I'm still waiting on Peachone. 6 passives and go for book. Yeah, I mean, it really depends. Optimal play would have been 6 passives, then go for book. Well, the problem is, I mean, if you get really unlucky, there's a chance you won't get any books. So that's why I like to immediately push over to see if it's there, because you might just waste time getting your 6 passives and then realize there's no book there. Which is like, ultimate feels bad, man. Because you all like, oh man, 5 minutes, I have all my passives, I can pick up the book, and then you just don't have a book. That'd be fricked. So here's the wave where I wish I had skull really badly, but it's okay. There's some chicken up top. I'm gonna go with axe, and then axe is done. Candle. Could have even gone for spinach maybe. Lightning ring. But I'm gonna try and hold out for curse as long as I can. Peachone. I think I use my skip also, so I'm pretty scared in terms of getting forced 3 options I don't want. Oh man, spinach, this is really tough now. You know, I'm gonna leave curse out this run. I'm gonna take spinach and just hedge my bets and call spinach good enough. Yeah, I'd use both of them. It's pretty unlucky. See how long it takes for my books to come out? It's really frustrating because it's like right after I upgrade, I level up empty tome, my books take longer to come out. I'm gonna go with birds now. Then I have my book, so I'm pushing back to my other spot, so I can get stuff spawned there. I haven't seen a little clover in a couple runs. I hope I get one. This run at least. So I'm in a spot now where I think I'm close enough to the other rosaries that I can, if a rosary did spawn there, then I wouldn't be upset about it. No, it's the next hallway length. So I'm really glad that there was no rosary there, or else I would have felt obligated to use it. No rosary here either. So this next hallway should have my 3 rosaries on the bottom. There's a triple. That's pretty good. And book. Book first is really nice. So there's 1, 2, 3 rosaries. Unfortunately, that 3rd rosary on the right has a freezy on it, which is not the best, but it's not too bad either. And there's my magnet. So in a really good spot here. I am kind of wishing I had 50% more enemies, but I didn't want to sit there waiting for curse. I want to be over here spawning rosaries because I think it's the most important to have them. I am really noticing it though. I'm noticing the enemy difference. Let's just go with wings. Let's get all my birds done. Empty tome. So now we're just pushing back and forth. Maybe getting a little clover here or there, but primarily looking for rosaries. Hi. Tome. Birds. Oh. All good, man. I'm sure most of them are gone by now. If any of them still being here. Let me push him into the corner. What's this? Is it wand? That's too bad. Death Spiral would have been much better. Continue with birds. So there is sort of a little bit of a fine line that I have to walk here because I want to make sure that I have a little bit of passives left over. Yeah, man, I'm the actual evolved Bible now. I had a lot of people ask me to do it, so I figured it's a good change. Plus, I think the red looks a little better. What's up, Waffle? Good morning, how are you? Two more bird levels, so hopefully I can get my bird to be the first one evolved. Exhausted, not ready for work. Damn. I feel really good actually. I woke up really early. Come on, give me the bird. It's a scythe. It's maybe the 14-minute wave. So I don't want to level up much right now because all of my stuff is completely done except for my passives. I want to keep those passives so that I can use them in case I get offered stuff that I don't want from my level ups once I get bird, so that I don't lose pentagram. Dude, Vandelier's the GOAT. You can't deny something that does so much damage. It's unreplaceable in my opinion. I couldn't do my runs without it. I'm confident in that. Alright, let's kill this boss. Hopefully this boss has my Vandalier on it. Yes! Oh, it tells you where it's going to attack. Yeah, I know. It took me a while to understand that. So now I'm going to push away from these red gems and my starting area. So hopefully I get the red gems to push with me. I wish that I had more mobs here. It feels so barren without the skull, but it's okay. So we'll go Vandalier on my bicep. It's an activity tracker. It's called the Whoop. It measures sleep, heart rate. It mostly measures heart rate, but it determines other stuff. He's very observant. There's pentagram. So my timing is 1450. 53, which is really good. I'm gonna... Hopefully I can max out pentagram right here. Sweet. Alright, so I can head back now, because that was really good timing. Now we're just trying to get stuff to spawn. So I think I'm much less... Let me kill this guy, because you have my thunder loop, so I can get more kills. It's going to be interesting to see what my kills look like compared, because I was at like 40k with... at 17 last run. But I shouldn't be very worried now, because I replaced with my extra enemies with extra health with more damage done, so it should be much more manageable at the 25-minute wave. Yeah, I like the Whoop, but it's really expensive, so I'm gonna get rid of it after my subscription runs out, because it's like a subscription-based activity tracker, and I just I'm kind of annoyed of wearing it at the moment. Is it your cat? There's no magnet on top of the rosary, but there's a magnet. Grow a rosary on magnet? Did I? I didn't see that. No, I don't think there is. That's a coin. Unless you're talking about this magnet over here. Yeah, no magnet there either. I had no rosary there. No. This is a rosary, this is a rosary, this is a freeze and a rosary. Yeah, definitely tripping. Oh, there's a rosary up there, though. So, 4 rosaries now. All good. Yeah, they both flash. There's a little clover. I asked for it earlier in the run, and I got rewarded for asking for it. Alright, so 40k kills on 18 minutes, so I'm fairly close to where I was. Which may have to do with the fact that the enemy's having less health because of less curse buff is going to change that. And then obviously spinach, which is doing me more damage. So less enemies, but noticeably dying more quickly. How long have I been live? Can somebody uptime for me? Is it like just over an hour? Hour, 4 minutes. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna try and get as many library runs as I can this morning before I have to go to work. But I need to shower and make a lunch and have a little bit of breakfast before I head off, so I need to count for a little bit of time. I don't know what it is, man, but when I stream and play video games, I notice I sweat more than I do just like sitting on my computer normally. It's really interesting that kind of like an extra little nervous factor that gets built into it. Maybe a little bit more just inherent anxiety by streaming to people. Oh yeah, I remember reading that like chess players they lose like a ton of calories just because they're thinking so much. Probably a lot of stress too, but it's so interesting. You never think about that. There's the big lizard man. Alright, so I've got a good freeze and a hot Cheeto for the 25-minute wave because I'm going to be careful regardless. Oh, there's a freeze and a hot Cheeto on top of each other. Picked up the rosary. No, I'm going to save it. I'm going to use them all at the end. I'm just going to use the freeze the rosary with the freeze on it last. There's a red gem. I just want to make sure I avoid it. No sense in picking up red gems. No, not GG. I mean, it's definitely not ideal, but I don't think it is game ending by any means. So hopefully I push far enough that the red gem is gonna congregate to somewhere closer over here. There's another. Yeah, there's the red gem. I got the clover, which is really nice. So now we shouldn't get any more XP spawns. I mean, we should get XP spawns, but now the red gem is over there. It's going to push over here, but now there will be one red gem that I can sort of keep track of I just have to avoid versus like 4 or 5 that could be the one that contains all the XP. No, I mean, there was a bug fix recently where the dev tried to target the enemies that weren't like getting freezed and died at the same time, frozen and killed at the same time. I don't know if it 100% worked, but it definitely, you notice it. Hey, thanks Toodles thanks Toodles McDoodle for the follow. Yeah, that name was really hard to say, especially early in the morning. 110 luck feels pretty good. Maybe. I still think they die. It's hard to say. Regardless, I mean, sometimes what can you do? I'd rather have one rosary with a freeze on it than no rosary at all. For my Reddit post, comment about killing. Oh yeah. I answered you this morning. That's funny. Yeah, the higher luck you have, I don't know the exact percentages, but once you have the luck power-up purchased in game, and then you have clover, and then you max out pentagram, you don't wipe stuff out on screen, which is why level runs are so sort of optimized, because you're just looking to make sure that you're getting as many rosaries as possible, because they're not going to get wiped out. It's not super popular, but it's gonna I do post every once in a while on it, just to get a little bit of more traction. It's mostly people asking like, what achievement am I missing, or check out my highest level. It's just stuff like that. There's some good information on it though. Yeah, I had somebody talking about that last night. There's another rosary up top. Very good. So I think that's it's 3, 4, 5 rosaries now. Could be a good run. So my pathing right now is to start with the freeze, maybe? Oh no, there's a magnet down bottom there. So interesting. What am I gonna do here? I'm not sure exactly what my pathing is gonna look like. Here's the 25-minute wave. So I'm still a little scared, so I'm gonna just I'm gonna grab this freeze. I'm just gonna fire this guy. I'm just gonna stand here and fire him. I know, man. It's okay. I mean, you know, it's okay. Yeah, true. I agree with that. You don't want to like cause people to really want to grind for them. All right, I'm gonna try and grab that clover without grabbing the rosary. I think I can do it. Sweet. 120% luck is pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, this wave is so much more manageable when there's not more enemies and they're not coming faster and they don't have more HP. Obviously. 7,000. Yeah, I got level 70,000. It's so hard to place it correctly, though. They'd have to find a way to, like, check some of your game files to make sure you haven't edited anything. Because, you know, there are people that are just going to, like, let me tweak it a tiny bit. Yeah, the dev's just one guy. And he's definitely not, like, there's no way when he started out this game that he was changing files shouldn't be allowed. I think changing files is fun. Like, for the challenge that I did against X, that was a lot of fun. Cosmetic purposes, not true. But yeah, when the dev created this game, he definitely wasn't thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna create a leaderboard for people to grind kills in levels. I think that's definitely like a community thing to create. Yeah, I'm sure the dev just made this game because he loved bullet hell roguelites and Castlevania. Like, I personally, before this game, had never played a roguelite or Castlevania, but it's getting me curious to play others, for sure. Not that I'm going to, because I'm loving this game and having a lot of fun grinding it. It's kind of like every time I get to the end of a run, it's like a casino. Which is probably a problem. Copy and paste of some mobile game? I'm not surprised. I mean, how many ideas are original these days? Like, you know? Probably not that many. So I'm gonna grab this first rosary up top left to start because it's not a great rosary since it's around the piano, so less enemies are gonna be in my line of view. So I think I go from the top left to the top right and then down to this bottom one because there's a magnet there. I think that's my pathing right now. But I've got 5 rosaries, which is really nice. Should make for a pretty good run. We'll see if I can get one more in the meantime. But enemies are dying much quicker and much more often than they were in the curse run. So I might have to drop Skull from the build. It may not be necessary depending on how this does. I'm gonna wipe these enemies now. Now I'm gonna push over to the top right one. Pentagram is really good because it allows me to move there. And just check this one really fast. No rosary there, so now I'll push over to these ones. I'm gonna be careful not to pick it up, but I'm gonna use this right rosary. Leveling a little bit here. No, you can get spinach in Mad Forest, and you can get spinach, clover, hollow heart, and Pumarola in Mad Forest. 300 for sure. Abel, get out of here. You're getting my hopes up. I'm gonna use this one now. Now I'm gonna wait for the next pentagram. There we go. Now I'll wait for them to push in. I'm actually gonna grab that one at the last second. I think that's gonna be best. I'm gonna grab this one now. There's one on top of it. So they're all dead actually. It looks like they're there, but they're all dead. 200, pretty good. Come on, push, 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 push. Back to back 209s. Oh, there could be another level. Come on. No. 209 again? Another 209, man? Oh, how did KJ do it? Do I need 6 rosaries? Is that it? So if I have Skull there, if I get Skull, then more enemies are pushing at me at the last minute. So maybe it's just like a few more enemies are going to do it. Interesting that Vandalier did so few damage there. You think Skull would have been 215? It's hard to say, unfortunately. But that was a great run still. A couple 209s. I'm going to put those on YouTube. For sure. I'm going to save this one as 209. 5929. 69, nice. 599, Imelda. And this was just a regular run.